School kids in South Africa are being unalived to and from school. The country was shocked when 14 students lost their lives in Vanderbijl Park in an accident that pointed to driver negligence. But these incidents happen so often in the country that alarm bells have begun to run. When I was watching the funerals of the children over the weekend, I kept asking, who is actually responsible for keeping children safe on their way to school? We know that South Africa does have rules that govern scholar transport. There's a national school transport policy, the National Traffic Act, and even a National Transport Land Act. But I found out that in reality it's fragmented. It's spread across various departments who don't speak to each other always or take accountability when things do go wrong. That gap between policy and practice is where children are being lost. An expert says that many people who transport school children don't even know what's required by law.
What I found from interviews at the Minister of Transport's Blitz the other morning is the drivers were not even aware of the compliance that there is. Every single driver and operator should have a handbook that they can keep with them. You can't cite compliance and driver error, and you have done nothing to make sure that the license that are requested are being issued.
Beyond enforcement and licensing, there's a deeper issue of governance. Scholar Transport sits between the Department of Transport and the Department of Basic Education.
All of these things are supposed to work together, but because we don't know who is responsible for what, a lot of things fall through.
And when responsibility is unclear, accountability disappears. That's how you end up with what experts described as a shadow transport system.
Even this needs to have a formal contract that states the school, the community, the driver, the vehicle. All of that needs to be on that contract, and it is sort of a service level agreement. But because nobody knows exactly what their rights and responsibilities are, nor what the consequences are, we have a complete and utter disconnect.
The President and the Education Department have called for a shake-up in this space. But if legislation is not finalized and enforced, more kids are prone to fall victim